All right, excellent. We're recording. So welcome. Again, I am Professor Simons. A little bit about me. I've been teaching with the College of Public Service at University of Houston downtown since 2015. Primarily, I teach human behavior in a social environment. So the course that we're talking about right now, 3361, is the class that I teach on primary basis. This course, again, is 100% online, which is really, really great. I like it. I've talked to a lot of students online, and I've talked to a lot of people that were very about taking an online class, wasn't sure exactly what it's going to be. It's different for a lot of people, so this is a great learning opportunity. I'm excited to be learning with you on how the online instruction looks and how it works moving forward, okay? A few things about me, and I think I talked about this in my introduction video, also in the user manual about me and how I work, is communication is key. So if anyone has shot me an email, I try to get back with you really quickly. At the same time, if it has been a day or two and you have not heard back from me, please send me an email again, and feel free just to write the word bump in that sentence saying, hey, Professor, I'm bumping this back up the list. Come on, where are you at? Okay. Because I want to make sure my job is, I'm here to support y'all. Okay. The other thing that I like, a little bit more about me, is I am a full-time employee of the university. I'm not faculty. So I work for the College of Public Service in the Dean's office, and I do a lot of work with program development and data analytics. And so I work on that side of the college as well. In addition, I teach at the Graduate College of Social Work. I teach research methodologies, and I teach fiscal management and nonprofit systems over there in that college, and so I do some work there as well. My office is on the second floor of the Commerce Building. So if you are here, if you get off the elevators, straight in front of you is the Center for Public Service and Community Research. My office is inside that center. So if you have questions, if you're on campus, if you're going back between classes, if you just want to drop in and say hi, please come see me. We do a lot of videos in this class, and so I get to kind of know you a little bit. And so a lot of people look familiar as we're walking around campus. At the same time, there's a really good chance I could walk right past you and I would not realize that we've been communicating through the course. So that's a little bit about me. Again, please communicate, please reach out. My cell phone number is on the syllabus. Feel free to use it. I give it to all my students. I have for many, many years. And please shoot me a text message. Let me know, Professor Simons, I'm in 3361. Here's a question. I try to get back with people really quickly through that as well. If you're unhappy with something about the class and all you do is shoot me 3 poop emojis, I do not know what that means. I just know someone's upset, okay? So if that's how you feel, I'm good. We can process it together. We'll take a social worker approach and we'll process what that looks like together and come to a solution. But just with that, there's nothing I can do. And it's happened before, right? I mean, not everything works smoothly. Not everything's perfectly. So please feel free to reach out and touch base. If I hear nothing from you, I see nothing going on, and then we're 2 weeks from the end of the class, and you say, Professor Simons, here's what happened this semester. I had this, and I had this, I had this, I had this. Can I get 85% of my grade as extra credit? I can do nothing for you 2 days before the end of the class if you haven't done anything, okay? So if you do have things that are going on, I know your whole entire life does not revolve around social work 3361. I'm very aware of that, okay? So if things are going on, if things are happening, I'm not looking for a whole lot of details, right? But communicate with me. And that's just not me, any professor here. I can tell you the social work faculty here at UHD and all the faculty I've worked with in the College of Public Service are absolutely fantastic to work with, but we cannot read minds. Right? Especially on online classes. If I see somebody who's not actively engaged in the class, they're not logging in, they're not completing assignments, I'll shoot 1 or 2 emails out to you. But if I hear nothing back, I have no idea what's happening, no idea what's going on. I wish you well, but I'll shoot them kind of throughout the semester. But I also don't want you to be receiving an email every single day saying, come on, what's happening, okay? So let's take a quick look at the syllabus, and then I want to walk through the Blackboard shell with you all a little bit, and then we're going to open it up for any specific question and answers that you might have. So let's go ahead. All right. Can I get a thumbs up? Does everybody see the syllabus on my screen? Fantastic. So oh, excellent. So again, this is we're fall 2019, and this is Social Work 3361. That is me, Richard Simons. That is my office number. Again, I'm in 220B, and my cell phone that is my cell phone number. It is, please feel free to shoot me a text, shoot me a message. If I'm doing something else, having dinner with the family in class or something else, leave me a message and I'll get back with you, okay? So for 3361, I'm gonna scroll through a few parts of it. I know that we've read it. So one very, very important thing is that our required textbook is the Forte text, which is Human Behavior in a Social Environment. This is a fantastic textbook to use, and one of the reasons why is, number one, it's open access, so it's 100% available to you through the Blackboard shell. There's no need for you all to purchase a textbook for the class. All of the readings are available for you. One thing I can say about Blackboard, all the links work, and all of the readings are there as of the last time I checked, okay? So when we go to the pediatrician, the doctor always says, well, your kid does not have an ear infection, and I guarantee that diagnosis until you walk out of my door because things change, okay? I say that because with technology, all the links to the videos, to the websites, all were live at the beginning of the semester. But what has happened every single semester that I've taught the online class is that a link will break in the middle of it. If that happens, please let me know, reach out. Hey, the link to this isn't working for somehow. And we go back in, and sure enough, they change it by 1 or 2 characters, and we can upload a new one on there. So the Forte textbook is live, and all of the information will be in Blackboard for you as well. So I'm going to scroll on down a little bit. So we took care of the academic integrity tutorial that you go through. Please be mindful of this. My goal is to learn with you all through the semester. I want everybody to do well, and I'll tell everyone on the call right now, everybody can get an A in the class. I'm not someone who says, well, I can only have so many A's and so many B's, so many C's. You all can do great, and I want to give you as many points as I possibly can. That means 2 things. Number 1, it's your work. Number 2, you turn it in. Sounds funny. Those are the 2 biggest successes for this class. No, I have not had a student yet who has turned in every single assignment and gotten less than a C in the class. Okay? What we see is people who struggle and fail is if an assignment is worth 20% of the grade and you do not turn it in and you do not submit it at all, well, the best you can do is a B, right? And so we've got to think about this. The other thing about academic honesty, just be mindful of giving credit where credit is due, and also as you are going through and submitting your assignments, that you are aware of this. I can say the majority of the assignments for this class is, instead of it being give me this or give me this or give me this, it's very much, oh, here's how I'm thinking about this process. In today's day and age, it is very easy to find information, right? We all have more computing power on this little thing than NASA did to launch a man to the moon, right? It is incredible. I don't see a whole lot of value to have a lot of assignments that are recite information that you regurgitated and be memorized. Okay, a lot of the assignments we're going to have is read this, do a little work here, and then tell me what you think and how they connect together. Okay, so we'll look at that there. The ADA notice, if you do have questions or if there's anything that, in addition that we can do to support you, please register with the ADA office here on campus. They are fantastic to work with, and they have been really, really great to support a lot of students throughout the time that we've been teaching. And I know a lot of people say, well, how does it work online? Can they really support me if I have support in my other classes? The answer is yes. Okay, if you do not ask for the support and it could be helpful for y'all, I'm looking at it and I'm gonna say, yep, that's on y'all, okay? Or we go through. The other thing that we are looking at moving forward is we do, it being an online class, the information, right? We have due dates that are set, but this is really having an online class is we do not have a specific time that we meet, right? I always feel teaching an online class and working with students through an online class is I'm always teaching and I'm never teaching, right? Because we're not in class together. So if you do all of a sudden drop out and you have no activity in the course for 6-8 weeks and are not turning our assignments in, I will reach out to you, but that can result in you failing the class. Again, with excuse absences, if something is going on, please let us know, let us support you and where it works. We have the standard grading scale. And this is what people like. I want to let you know, in this class, there is a total of 100 possible points. Nothing is weighted. Nothing is percentiled out on the back end. There are 100 points possible in this class. So it's very easy to calculate a grade, and it's very easy to say, well, this assignment was worth 10 points. I did not do it. The best I can do is a 90, right? So I want you to be mindful of that. And we're going to have it by content quizzes, the orientation quiz, some discussion board posts, and participation. An EcoMac paper is going to be our final assignment. And then there's a EcoMap theory presentation and an EcoMac intervention presentation. The theoretical and the intervention presentation, also the discussion board posts, are all done through VoiceThread. Okay? So I know that we had the orientation. Hey, here's who I am. Nice to meet you. If you have not done that yet, please do that and get get comfortable using VoiceThread. Every single semester I have students, they do amazing work and they are there, but we didn't spend a few minutes up front learning the 2 or 3 buttons that we need to click in VoiceThread, and the work does not come through, okay? So be mindful of that. Goes. All of the quizzes are going to open up on 12:01 a.m. on Monday, okay? And they will be open for a long time. They are open note, open book, open computer, everything except open friend, okay? So as you go through and look, again, I don't want to, it's not meant to trick you. It's not meant to be a challenging thing where I'm throwing these crazy assessments or crazy case studies at you, but it's about are we getting through the readings and is this making sense, okay, as we're looking. Late quizzes. So they are open. When late quizzes come in, it will automatically stop, okay? People always say, well, this was going on. Can you reopen the quiz for me at the end? Well, all of the answers to the quiz are shared to the entire class as soon as they close. And so if you do not complete the quiz by the time it closed and then get all the answers, it's really easy to get 100 on a quiz when you have the answers sitting in front of you on another screen, okay? So we do not have late there, okay? We've got our orientation quiz, our plagiarism tutorial, some video discussion boards, as I've mentioned. We will be doing some peer review assignments. We're going to be possibly looking at that and what that looks like here for us. As well, okay? And then the EcoMac paper is the final paper for the class. I'm going to scroll through a little bit to show you how to read the schedule that we have. So we have the week, the dates of the week, the readings if you're going through, and then what assignments are due that week. So all assignments are due by Sunday at 11:59 unless otherwise noted. As we go forward. So you see that we here are on week 2 right now. So we're going to be looking at theoretical models and metaphors. So we've got our learning style assessment, which is right there. And then we're going to have a quiz for chapters 1 and 2. are going to be coming out. So that's how we can read the schedule moving forward. I like to keep things very, very simple and straightforward for you all so you can see when things are due. The way that this course operates and works, and I want you to think about it, is human behavior of a social environment. We're looking at how we interrelate with each other, theoretical approaches on how groups form, why people do what they do, and we're really looking at behavior and the different theories that explain that behavior. You're going to read about a lot of them. I love the way Forte talks about metaphors, and he talks about tools and how to think about these different perspectives. Some of them you are going to say, yes, I understand it, I get it, that makes sense, I like it. Some of them are going to be, okay, somebody try to come up with their own theory, I really don't understand, but okay, right? And different people resonate with other ones. This course is not about telling you this is the one theory to explain everything, because that does not exist. It also is not to tell you that this is the way that everybody has to think, okay? We all have different ways of thinking. We all have different experiences in our lives that have shaped the way that we are, right? And the whole idea of, I'm a big believer that you can always continue to learn, you can always continue to grow, but who you are is who you are. Right? And you can change some specific things and be better at some specific things. But if I'm really understanding the world through a specific lens, that's my lens. And so to get a different perspective can be challenging at times. I'm moving forward. And so we're going to look at a lot of different theories as we move through. For the big assignments, okay, these are going to be in week 8, week 11, and then week 15 here. The first one here is applying theory to a case study. We're going to be working with a single case study for both of our 2 presentations here. And the case study is going to be, we're going to look at it from a theoretical view. So if this is the situation that this family is in, we're going to look at one person and say, from a theoretical perspective on what we've learned in the course, here's kind of how it identifies and works. Okay? And then for the second one, we're going to look at the same family and say, well, if we understand that this is how the family works, here's some interventions that we can work with that family on moving forward. Okay, so we're going to be doing a case study. For the final EcoMap presentation that we have, you're going to be looking at your own family, and you're going to be looking at you. Okay, so a lot of people say, ooh, I want to let you know this is not a difficult assignment, but it's not an easy assignment. So the other presentations, the discussion posts, that will be posted for everybody to see so we can learn from each other. The final presentation is not going to be shared with anybody else in the class, but you're going to take a look at you and say, this is who I am, this is my family situation, this is how I grew up, and because of it, this is what has shaped me in who I am today. Okay? So that is what the final paper looks like. All the information is Blackboard, and I'm going to show you how to get through Blackboard here in a moment. Any questions, comments, concerns about the syllabus?
I have a question.
Yes, Ms. Lawson.
So quiz 1 is due on Sunday. Has it been opened yet?
You know what? When we go in, we should look. I'm hoping that, yes, it is. We'll take a look at quiz 1 just to make sure that it's up and moving for us. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes, I
can. The
can.
storm's coming in the back. I don't know if it's storming where you are, and so it's getting loud on my side. I just want to make sure. No, that's a good question, Ms. Lawson. We'll take a look at that together. Any other questions or concerns?
I have a question. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My question is, maybe I missed it, but where is the link for the book, the free link?
So the free Wingular book, I'll show you. There's not one link that takes you to the book. Okay, I'm going to show you where to find that in Blackboard and where all the information is uploaded. That's a great question.
Okay.
I'm going to actually include something about that on the syllabus next time. You're the first one that's ever asked that. That's a great question.
Okay. I was looking for it, but I didn't know. I was
sure.
Like, okay, I know it says don't buy the book, but.
Yeah, so you're thinking, don't buy the book, but you don't give me the book, but I'm being quizzed on the book. Come on now. Right? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's take a look into Blackboard real quick. So here we are in Blackboard. So as you jump into Blackboard, as you all have seen, I do share a lot of information via announcements that will be here in course, but it'll also go to your Gator Mail. If you are not in a regular habit of checking your Gator Mail, please become in a better habit of at least looking at that on a regular basis. Okay, as long as it's not me. Let me check this real quick. Okay, so in Blackboard, we've got just a few tabs here for you. This is going to be your introduction information, right? The course expectations, just some basic course. If you've never had a class online, there's some really good information here about taking information online and taking classes online. The majority of the work that we're going to be doing is going to be in our course content folder. And so this class is lined up to go through and walk you through the class by what is due, okay? And here's what I mean. This first one here, this is a list of all the assignments that we have when they're due. The VoiceThread, here's a really great link. And one thing that I noticed was the VoiceThread resource link. It mentioned it, but this was not live. So a student reached out and said, I can't click on this web link. For some reason, something happened. And so I reinstituted that today. And so you can get into VoiceThread. All of the quizzes will be posted here in the quizzes folder. So if I go in quizzes, there you go, Ms. Lawson. Quiz 1 and 2 is live right now. So again, you've got 10 multiple choice questions. You have 3 attempts, okay? And it's gonna open and last through Sunday. So, and when you move through the rest of the quizzes that we have, they'll all open up here in the quizzes folder for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? No, my pleasure. So when you asked, is the quiz open? I was like, oh, I hope it was. I hope it was. No one's mentioned it hasn't. So, and then as we move forward, there are 2 extra credit opportunities right now in the class. There may be more, okay? And when I say maybe more, it is because extra credit is when things present themselves, if there are really great opportunities to participate in community-based events. Okay, so right now we have the VARC Learning Assessment, and then we also have Vital Voices, which is 2 points, and so you can click into them folders and get a little bit more information. And then the class walks through, and I think that this is going to answer your question about the book. So each of the modules walks through for a week. So week 1, week 2, week 3, and then at the end of week 3, we have our first discussion board due, right, for the modules. And there it is, and the post is due by here. Module 4, Module 5, discussion posts. So as you're walking through the class, and if you continually scroll down, these are going to be more or less in the order that we are going to be doing all of the work through the class, ending with our final paper. And so inside each of the modules, this is where we have the textbook information for you that you were asking about. So instead of me giving you a link to a textbook and saying, go find it all, it is broken down for you. So when you send a look, here's the outline of chapter 1. Here's the chapter 1 from the textbook, a lecture about chapter 1, some additional information, right? Who doesn't like Tracy Chapman, right? And then the song lyrics that we have for there. And so this is going to be for our information. It's all going to be in module 1 for you. Okay? And if we go back and take a look at module 2, it's going to look the exact same. So we have a few videos here that we'll post up, the outline, the textbook, songs, and then we go forward. And so there's some information here for you, and it all relates. So you think, oh great, some videos, some songs. If you go through the information, it will relate for you, and it'll make sure, here we go. Make sure that this one gets up. So the Theorist movie, okay. So as you are looking and moving forward, right, this is how you will access the information for the class. Students in the past have told me that if they take the outline and print the outline out and they utilize the outline as they go through the chapters and the content and the other information, that was really help them prepare for the quizzes. Okay, so just a little bit best practice on how that looks. Okay. That is the assignment. I do want to open up here this final, the final paper for you, so I'll let you know. So the instructions and the rubric are there. And so we will upload an EcoMap drawing of our family. We'll learn more about this through the class. I don't want you to think about, oh, what in the world is that? But we're going to learn about that through the class as we move forward. The paper will be uploaded here, and then also your video reflection for the assignment will be here as well. I got permission yesterday from a student that took this class in the spring that did a fantastic job on their final paper, and has allowed me to post it up. So I am going to be posting an example of a very, very well written final paper. Okay? And so that is the information that I have for you. That's a little bit about what Blackboard looks like, a little bit about me, a little bit about the syllabus. I'm excited to learn with you all here this semester, and I'm wondering what questions or comments that you all have.
I just have one more question.
But of course.
The plagiarism tutorial, that was extra points, right?
The VARC learning assessment was extra points. The plagiarism prevention tutorial, that was part of the class participation grade.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sorry. Go ahead. I was asking because I did the thing we had to do, and then I had to do the certificate of completion and send it. But I was trying to do it through the links that they gave me, and I just could not send it. So actually, I have it, and I was thinking maybe I need to scan it, upload it, and send it to you.
That is perfect. Not a problem at all. So I want to let you know that being an online class, I like it, and I love the fact that we have technology that supports the learning that we're doing, but I do not want this to be a huge hindrance that I have. So please scan it and upload it, send a picture of it. Please be great. I want to let you know if it is an assignment that is asked to be submitted through Blackboard and it gets in through Blackboard, I always have it. If you submit it to me via the email, there's a chance, because I'm this thing called human, that it will get lost in the shuffle of it. And so it could be the end of the semester. It happens every semester. Somebody will write me an email and say, Professor Simons, I completed this assignment. I sent it to you on this date here, but it's not showing. I always say thank you and let me go check, okay? So yeah, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and scan it and send it to me, okay?
Okay.
And if that's still, I think that this is an important assignment. So if it's something that you were thinking, oh, this is something I want to make sure I get done, please, if we get done in the next 2 days, I am happy to award credit for that still, okay? Because that's an important thing to do.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, y'all. This is my last question, I promise.
No, it's not. And there's
you know how sometimes we have the tab with the grades and we can look at our grades? Are we going to have a grades tab?
Grades tab. I'm sure. Would you like me to put the grades tab back on there for you?
Just so we could, well, I don't know. I'm just asking because sometimes I just want to see, you know, where I am and what I need, how many extra point things I need to attend to bump up the grade.
So the answer is yes, I'm happy to. The other thing I will want to just make you aware of is as I've gone through and updated the assignments, the gradebook has captured a regular and an updated one. So there could be some assignments that say that you have a 0 out of 0 on. If you have a 0 out of 0, or if you have no grade in some assignments, but it's not posted or due, that's fine. But so you may have a few extra things that show up in that grade, but a 0 out of 0, you're in good shape for. But yeah, I'll make sure that that gets back on for you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other thoughts, questions, comments?
Professor, I have a question.
Yes.
So we can go back and try the voice thread again.
Can you talk a little louder?
Okay, so the voice thread that I've done, I followed the resources information, and I'm not understanding why you didn't get it.
So VoiceThread is, let me show you this right here. If you have done the VoiceThread, but if it has not shown up, in the resources we can look, I want to let you know, on the resources page here, the biggest reason why it does not show up is students complete the VoiceThread, but they forget to click the button here that says Submit Assignment.
Okay. I'll go back and look again.
And just double check I see, because what people do, they'll see it listed here on this side and they'll say, yes, I want to do it. It is good. And then it'll show for them, but they can't see anybody else's. And if they go ahead and click the submit assignment button, it can be there. I've also helped troubleshoot with students before, and so we are having to continue an issue with it, and we can't see it, Ms. Lawson. We'll get together one-on-one where we'll share screens and we'll see what we can't do, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
That's why I was asking, because I was looking for the grades tab so I can make sure that mine was submitted.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, no one in the chat? All right, is there anything else that I can do for you all this evening?
No, you've been very helpful. Thank you for answering questions.
Oh, I mean, that's and that's what I do, right? Again, please feel free to come see me. This is a super interesting class, a lot of really, really great content, a lot of really great material, and I'm excited to be learning with y'all. And here's the other thing, right? Right now, the dynamic of our relationship is professor and student, right? When you all graduate, the dynamic of this relationship becomes colleagues, right?
Correct.
There you go, right? And I'm a big believer of that. And we are all people all trying to do good things. So I believe in treating you just the same and having that back and forth, continual conversation, communication, respect, okay?
Okay, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
All right. Well, with that, I hope everybody stays dry. It looks like it's calming down just a little bit out there. And you all have a great evening. And if there's anything I can do, please let me know.
You as
Okay.
well.
Will do.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.